All right, and in 3, 2.
I catch me no breath with the line.
What's up, everyone?
I was looking at the notch.
It does it. It's all good.
Shit,
It's all good. I'm still trying to
this makes
update
MIDI look more
everything
gruesome
else.
than
Oh, that's my phone.
ever. Well, guys, sorry, I was looking at the Nachi porn. So,
This shirt is too small for me.
yeah,
no, dude,
you're fine.
It's the right. It's just right.
It's just the right amount of.
It's just it's
scanty.
sandwiched perfectly in between your arms, just like you between us. Hello and welcome to
That's not the PowerPoint
Sports Authority.
I don't think that's what they meant when they
Well-
asked you to talk louder.
Hey
I
man,
mean,
you know,
it's better than nothing.
hey,
I-
as
it's
they
very-
gotta hear my projectile.
Alright.
You see me caressing your chin.
Is it PDF or PNG? PNG. Okay.
All right, guys. So we're in here today. That's the way the news goes.
I got you guys. Don't worry
Alright,
about
so
it.
here's a trade-off. You see, the only way I can speak at elevated levels for a long period of time
Is if we point the mic closer
is
to
is to do an accent. All right, so
Not like this.
he tried to change it. He tried to save the stream, but there's no saving
Nice.
that stream.
You don't save the stream. Stream
You
saves
know,
itself.
anime. Wait, who's a big sports figure that you can copy? Mike Tyson. So anime, you know. What's up?
Michael B. Jordan.
Musume. I love my ponies. Yeah, he's more high. I'm starting to sound Mexican. Juanita. Give me some barita. Alright guys, we're not racist, I swear.
This is the sports episode.
I love the Hispanics.
All right.
Shout out to my Hispanics in the crowd.
That's what we were waiting for. Had to get the paper up.
So
All right.
yeah, if you couldn't tell, we're doing
Sports.
esports.
Oh, sweet.
I could have just given him my shock jersey, man. We would have been lit.
We
We're
play
doing-
Mario Kart now?
You wish.
Is racing, is NASCAR a sport?
Yes.
If Uma Musume is an anime, NASCAR could be a sport.
I mean, horse racing's a sport, but horse girls.
I mean, what would you consider two car?
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you, if you have like Uma Musume, except with like a car version where they have like engines and shit attached and wheels, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be okay. That's the next deal. Like Uma Musume paved the way for like
Race
some
anime.
real garbage race animes. Like we're gonna get like what's fast? Who's fast underwater? What's an underwater race game?
Swordfish.
Swordfish.
I could see.
Last time I googled swordfish girls, I was in a r/trap. So
Yeah, the theme this week is sports. Obviously, you can tell by the fact that I haven't shaved for 2 weeks.
I thought
and
you were
also-
gonna say by what we're wearing.
And also by what we're wearing.
jerseys.
We're all
man.
wearing jerseys today.
Because we're from Jersey.
No.
You
we're
know,
From the, no.
New Jersey.
I got a haircut.
Yeah, you got a haircut.
Trying to commit
Yeah.
to the theme.
No, you gotta
man.
commit. You know, you gotta
Yeah.
streamline your body. What do you call it when you shave your body to run? They came up with a name for it
Manscaping?
in sports. I was like, you know,
Streamlining?
Yeah.
No,
I
shit,
gotta
like
make
they-
myself faster.
There's a term for it just to avoid calling yourself gay. It's
Straight,
like-
straightening.
It's like.
Doesn't sound gay, does it?
I mean,
Never mind.
That sounds pretty gay.
All right.
Anyways, this is my ultimate form.
All right, boys. Spring 2018 shows. That's what the theme. We're doing sports. What sports anime is in this season, which
So-
is spring 2018?
Yeah, it is.
We got
so,
two of them.
We got two. We got two pretty big ones. So we're actually
I'm
gonna
just-
start with the biggest one. Just kidding. We're gonna start with
The
Uma
most
Musume.
important sports anime of this season. I'll tell you what, though. Right now we're on episode 12, Uma Musume Pretty Derby, and you guys caught up?
I
I'm
haven't.
not gonna spoil anything, but I'm just to say
All I know is special.
this
week.
did not belong in the top 5 animes of the season, but it's there. it's okay. It all depends on the anime. There's one more episode left, guys, so you have time to catch up before the final week, which is next week. Or this coming Sunday. That's in 2 days.
That was
yeah,
fast.
would you
From
con-
this
yeah.
broadcast.
Would you consider it a special week?
It was a special. Well, special would be after if they have a special.
Oh yeah, well, the OVA would be the special week.
But for those who don't know, I mean, you just look at the pictures we got there. It's pretty simple. It's you can take it at face value. You got horse girls. They're half horse, half girl in the best way. You interpret that as you will, but they're very fast and they race each other, and the winner gets to perform in an idol concert. But we don't talk about that.
Yeah, they completely cut that from the show after like 2 episodes, which I'm kind of glad, honestly, because it was just kind of it was an element that they just kind of like they were just like, oh, they have to do something idol, just throw it in, and then it's like it didn't work. No, we're not gonna go through that training.
Yeah, they dropped it, and
dropped
now
it.
it's good. It's
It-
like
it's
if you
solid.
guys seen Keijo, you're gonna enjoy this one. It's very nice. You got a lot of teamwork. It's just it's very good.
I have a couple questions. When they race, does like a little person or like horseman?
No,
like,
there's no
ride on
jockey.
them?
Nah, no, they
Okay.
are the jockey and the
They're
horse.
yeah.
It's
Like,
like
I was hoping like a horse-shaped person would like
no, you see,
ride on top.
Japan
of
would be like,
I mean,
why are we not maximizing efficiency by combining the jockey and the horse? You know, it's like
They're just trying to
they're
conserve
so
space.
focused on trying to do what
It's
they
really
could.
cramped there, dude.
They didn't think about, whether or not they should.
yeah. If you guys have ever seen that Osamatsu special, the horse racing one, yeah, you understand what that whole issue was, just because they had to use jockeys because
It was like, what's a good racing anime or racing show?
racing
Yeah.
show,
So
amazing.
this is
Or
like
like-
Equestria Girls and whatever racing show you can put together.
Horse racing shows.
Yeah, I don't-
I mean, they're horse girls.
Was that Seabiscuit? Seabiscuit and but still like there's not really that much. Like there was like a whole season of just like horse racing movies. Remember that? It was like
Like
after
Black Beauty?
Seabiscuit. Yeah, just like,
There's a lot of
anyway.
horse races in anime.
yeah.
Yeah, just a quick rundown. It's based off a gacha game in Japan. You get horses. Japanese people love horses for some reason. All these horses are based off true stories and true races. Very loosely though for the for the main character, because they need her to win every now and often. Is that a word?
Now
Every
and
so
then.
often.
Every
now
so-
and then, every
every-
now and then.
then every so often.
I just there's a mallet for it right there. But yeah, it's very very hype. We got jet engine sounds, we got car sounds, we got engines where they don't belong. But it's
While these horse girls are running.
yeah, while they're running, it's like it brings you in the moment. So
Yeah.
check it out, guys.
Imagining them making
It is
sounds.
the racing anime of the year. No, not yet.
We can't-
we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we
It's
still
not-
have
it's
another
not
one.
Two car, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, two car was last season, last year.
The bands.
Yeah, it was,
So bad.
yeah, I can get through that. So we're gonna be moving on to the next one, Megalobox, obviously being the other one.
Contrary to popular belief, it's not about a box named Megalo.
It's not about a mega low box.
So it's not like, a very big, but under the table, cardboard structure.
Yeah, it's not the Nintendo Labo of.
Yeah.
Alec is like, I don't want to be here
this,
anymore.
this is the Dark
Buried.
Souls of boxing anime. Let me tell you. Alright, so Joe Boxer here just got lucky for my 80s fans out there. But he's got boxing gloves. And we live in a world or a future here where apparently you can put on like, Hugh Jackman style real steel cybernetic enhancements on your body to become a better boxer, basically. But in the end, it's your boxing skill that matters over your technical, what's it called? Your material.
Yeah,
your gear.
Your gear.
They're called
They're
gear.
called gears.
So you just Joe gets in this predicament where because he's a poor guy, he's from the slums, and he's like, hey,
He wants to fight in the big tournament.
yeah, called Megalonia. Megalobox, Megalonia. That's mega.
Timothy.
Lame.
Great, yeah.
We're trying our best here.
So yeah, he just tries to fight his way to the top, and this is his adventure.
Yeah, overall, it's got a very nice, climb to the top mentality kind of feel. It's all about
He's
the
an
underdog.
underdog.
Yeah.
He's it's basically very hype. It's got great balance. between the story and the action. So for people there who are like, more into like the mature side of anime, where it's like not all hype all the time, but it's like, you want to focus on some characters, you want to get some development. Megalobox, it's the anime for you. I'd say, for anyone who's seen Cowboy Bebop or like Samurai Champloo, there's gonna be a lot of similarities at first, but it eventually does, shape its own way or it carves its own mold.
Yeah, it shapes its own path, kind of.
I don't have any. It's sports anime, man. We're all meat in our heads right now.
Yeah.
No brains.
Overall,
sports.
Megalobox is a great underdog story, and it always talks about how literally the human will always be better than anything you can enhance. Having the right mindset as a competitor in general, being the smarter player usually ends up winning.
It's not about the size of your gear; it's how you use it.
Yeah, there you go.
Put that on a shirt. Coming out this fall.
If
to
we can
merchandise stores near you.
Kappa. All right. But as we know, we'll be moving on to our recommendations.
Whoa.
So, KU recommends. I think you start, correct? Right?
I
believe
will
you start.
if I do.
Yeah, you
Boom,
do.
Jahaya Furu. You probably thought a card game couldn't be a sports game. Let me tell you, or a sport. And that's a predicament that they actually face in the anime. They'll be like, hey, you guys can't make a club because it's not a sport. We can't sanction this. And then they make it. They're like, I'll prove to you. Chayafuru is about a long-term memory game called Karuta, which basically requires a lot of memorization, and it requires you to have like a lot of physical and mental endurance. So you pick a card fast when they call it out. And whoever picks card the fastest, whoever has the fastest reaction time wins. So girl, it just starts out with a girl who meets a boy who crushes her in this game, and then she wants to be the best because she's like, man, I hate losing. So it's a great balance between sports hype and the plot. Definitely worth watching. I think it's got the season 3 is coming out soon. I want to say.
I think it may be next season.
Next season or next year. But very soon, like either 2018 or 2019 for those who've been waiting for like 3 or 4 years. Because it's been a while. It's a good time to catch up.
All right. So moving on, I believe it's my pick. Yeah. So I decided to go with Prince of Stride Alternative.
So Tribe Cool Crew.
Yeah. No. So Stride is an extreme sport that combines parkour, free running, relay, and sprinting, all combined into one supermassive sport. Overall, it's got a great ending. Honestly, that's the reason why I picked it out. Great ending theme.
Does it end well in the anime though?
It set up for a season 2 if it ever got one, but honestly, it had a lot of following. It easily could be, but it has to be released during the summer because it's definitely a summer feel anime. It follows Nana Sakurai, who wants to become the coordinator for the team, so the one who says, all right, start yourself, this person's coming in 3, 2, 1, time, go. And she's the one who has to coordinate with all 6 of the runners. And it's kind of hectic at first when you learn, like, oh yeah, they're going to be doing crazy freestyle parkour stuff. But at the same time, she can also like analyze the map and say, okay, this is actually a shorter route than what the guy's going to take. If you want to beat him off of this route, go for it. But yeah, it was based off of a PS Vita game, I believe, but nobody really picked it up.
Oh, you mean Jet Set Radio?
No, it's still Prince of Stride.
You mean Mirror's Edge?
Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty solid anime. Had a lot of hype going into it. Kind of gets your heart racing, kind of the same way as Umu Musume, if you want to pick it up that way.
Or Monogatari. Gets your heart racing.
Makes your heart rainbow?
Always make your heart rainbow.
I mean,
Here's
I
a
talked
graphic.
about this
Imagine
show before,
that.
and I'll say it again. Galstan?
Yeah.
Galstan. That's the
Galstan.
only reason. Just look up Galstan.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
And then Alex, Josh Corner pick.
Are you ready for this? Okay, we're trying something new with me. I'm only going to talk about trash anime that no one really likes. Unless you like this anime, then you have taste. That being said, I thought about it last week, and I was like, I don't like recommending mainstream anime that's objectively good.
Here in K Weekly, we're hipsters.
Kinda.
It's not even. This show's bad. All the shows I'm going to recommend moving forward are going to be bad. You probably shouldn't watch them unless you want to watch something bad, because for some reason I like watching bad shows, and this is one of them. Because when I was asked for a sports anime, the first thing that popped into my head was Aokana 4 Rhythm.
Man, not even 2 rhythm or 1 rhythm.
No, we got 4 of them.
Not even 3 of them.
Because it is based off a visual novel by the studio Sprite or whatever, where you're a guy, you come into town, and then there's like these 4 girls you can romance. You gotta pick one. But the anime is like, screw all that shit. The setting is a girl moves into an island where they all have these anti-gravity shoes that they can use to fly around the island, and then they have this crazy sport which is called flying circus, which is not that flying circus, but their flying circus, which is like basically air jousting mixed with baseball, and
Quidditch?
it's like, yeah, and Quidditch. So instead of brooms, they have shoes.
Yo, Harry Potter fans, where you at? Watch this.
And like, what they did with... Okay, so here's the thing. Here's why this anime is so hard to recommend. A lot of people who played the game and actually like the storyline of the game, despite how kind of cheesy it is, hate the anime because the anime detracts really hard from the original source material. Basically, they kind of throw out all the romance. They still have the main character from the game, but he gets pushed to the side. He gets hilariously pushed to the side. They have this whole like episode where it's like, wasn't he like a childhood friend or important in the story somehow? He's like, oh, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's completely irrelevant to the anime, and like all 4 girls are still the main focus, and like the main heroine of the visual novel becomes more or less the main character of the anime, so we don't have to really worry
Does
about
she get
this
to
guy.
date the other girls?
They become really close friends, and they
I'll take it.
they move forward. They move forward with the power of friendship, and then she starts off as a clumsy flying girl, kind of barely making her way through the sky, into someone who can like quickly reaction time enter ultra instinct mode and like fly through, and it actually is fun to watch, which is really...
Is it animated well?
Yes, except they have to like hit these like checkpoints every now and then, which is all like 3D stuff. So sometimes it enters weird CG moments, but like considering like the freaking its ballpark, or considering the scope of like no one wanted anything from this anime, it actually does pretty serviceable quality wise, at least. And the real reason I put this up as a sports anime is because most people came into the series expecting like a kind of visual novel, romancy style. Like sports is the setting, but it's more like it's more like a excuse to have these weird relationships. Whereas the anime is like, no, we're actually gonna make it into more of a sports anime. We're still gonna keep all that crazy moe shit that you like so much with these characters, but the main character ain't getting any. They kind of shoehorn his story in the second to last episode.
We're the main characters now.
Yeah, you're the main characters. Enjoy it. The last episode gets pretty hype with their crazy tournament ender type of like, are we gonna...
Tournament arc?
Yeah, tournament arc, crazy air jousting finale. So, I guess if you're into that sort of thing... I mean, okay, I like Air Gear. That's an anime that exists. Worth watching.
So it's like Air Gear for rhythm.
Except they're flying now. Instead of rollerblading, they're just roller flying, which is basically where that series is going towards.
Eye rollers?
Yes. Trash anime. Go watch it.
Alright.
Hey, sounds good to me. I mean, what would you rate it?
Trash out of trash?
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
Oh god, no. A 4.
A 4 out of 10?
4 out of 10.
So it doesn't...
Hey,
Bear- bear in
rhythm
mind-
out of 10.
It doesn't...
That's that episode of King.
Alright, I'm going back to the main screen only because we all have a consensus on one that we didn't touch on at all. I forgot to make a slide for it, actually. It's just my bad. Keijo.
Yeah, I think, it doesn't even... We can't make a slide for it. We don't want to get flagged.
Yeah, we don't want to get flagged. So...
I conceded on Keijo.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna discuss Keijo as a sports anime. Because I honestly think...
What else could it be?
it literally can't be anything else.
It's everything.
It's
okay?
literally everything. It's one of those shows
What's
that...
it gonna be?
It's one of those shows that you need to understand other animes in order to really understand Keijo. Because a lot of the references...
Keijo's like the Dark Souls of sports.
It's more like you've become desensitized to all the
Yeah.
fan service after watching much more shameless shit.
Yeah, and you would think that it would be like all fan service the entire time.
I mean,
but
it is.
It is, but
But it
it's
takes
like-
it in stride, man.
it uses it to its advantage.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
that's the sport.
the sport is the fan
It's
service.
the fan service.
But they'll also at the same time, they do use that same technique that they used in Street Fighter 4 to show power, which is that brush, the hard brush technique on their art. Whenever they land a hit, you see this very specific stylized version that they focus on. And
we need a Keijo fighting game now.
that's what I'm saying, dude. We need Arc System Works to work with Keijo and give us Keijo.
Or like, you
with air combos.
The people who did Dragon Ball Z or
Yeah.
Fighter Z, the latest one, like a 3D.
Not even 3D, dude. Just put it on a 2D, give it a platform, and.
No, you need 3D, dude. You need to use the.
Oh yeah,
the,
wait. We need dodge and
the tournament.
the rock ability, right?
The rocking, whatever it's fucking called, where they stand on.
Yeah,
What's it
the
called?
island.
There's a word for it. Island. Is it
island? Yeah, right. It's a floating island. Yeah.
I'm not gonna butt bumps with you on an island.
Do we play that in real life?
Dude, I don't think none of us.
Dude, let me just pull
Yeah,
up
use
my
those Wii
my G string and get some super speed.
Alright, here's the thing that what was it called again? Keijo does. Actually, Alcana does this too, if I forgot to mention it. But they have like different types of there's like different styles of play,
Yeah.
which like I like in your fake sports anime because it shows that you're at least like trying to make it seem strategic. You got your all-rounders, you got your tricksters, you got your power players and your speedsters. I'm into that. Then like you get an easy read on some character types without having to like think about it too much.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, she's a beefcake. Of course she's gonna be a powerful character and have a manly personality.
And then like you see the counter to that, it's like the person who doesn't have that could absorb hits rather than
titties.
defense. Yeah, just like
bounces
it literally
off.
absorbs it and reflects it back, and like that's the only
They
weakness.
somehow
to it.
combine their shameless fan service with like actual dumb, like
Mechan-
shoehorn strategy mechanics.
Exactly.
It's endearing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
You know, they don't take themselves too seriously at any point. It's like everyone who's watching, it's like the people who made it, you know, they all know, like, yeah,
I mean,
we know what we're showing you, you know what you're watching.
the main
Just
attack
enjoy.
is literally called vacuum butt cannon.
It's
Yeah.
like it's the Shinku Hadouken of the game, dude. It's literally the reason why it's called vacuum butt cannon.
Pressurized air blast.
I mean,
from her
dude, they have that
butts.
one girl who has a scanning hand, literally Gilgamesh. Like she has the hand, she has
A lot of these are actually
ability.
references. by
Yeah,
the
they're
way. So
all
if you
anime
guys-
references.
Yeah, if you have a lot of anime knowledge, it's good to watch just for the references.
Yeah, just for the literally just for that. And if you also know like fighting game techniques, they do kind of go into like, oh, what's like your semi-powerful move, what's your ultimate, like all that stuff. And so it's just a fun play on of different styles of fighting, if you would consider it a fight.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you watch hentai and there's actually a story and you're like, man, I guess I'm done. I'll just keep reading.
Is that why Keijo
you
was
know.
canceled? Because it wasn't a hentai?
it didn't have a it had
It
plot.
should have been a hentai.
So like Keijo's an ecchi, but it's actually like, you know, it doesn't matter.
It's more of a parody.
Sports ecchi.
It's more of a parody.
It's a sports parody.
Definitely. That's more of a parody.
That's what the great part about Keijo is. So yeah, we'll be
It's tasteful.
I mean, the ending
Yeah.
is literally them chasing after their underwear, I'm pretty sure.
no the ending of the series they go
No, the ending theme.
oh
The
yeah
ending song.
Yeah, the
is
ending
them
song, yeah,
Chasing them
exactly.
out of their underwear, and there's a giant butt cloud in the sky,
Yeah.
which I didn't notice at first until someone pointed it out. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the series.
yeah
So.
so yeah, we'll be moving on. We'll be skipping to this one. We'll be going back into anime debates. Most people ended up liking that whole topic where we just get at each other's throats, but this is more of a discussion piece. So we're going to be going into the question for today, which is,
What's the best sport?
I mean, the close enough. Which sport deserves an anime adaptation, and what would it be called? So
So as you've seen from our recommendations this episode, we're not too keen on the kind of standard sports. Your main player. Look, we all wear the jerseys, but no one mentioned it. Okay.
well, I mean, I didn't want to go straight into like Kuroko no Basket or Haikyuu.
They're
or-
great.
They're all great.
We don't have to
They're
touch
great.
on basketball anymore. We don't have to touch on soccer, tennis.
They have their
Football.
representation. Okay.
Yeah, we're going deep now. I always wanted a curling anime.
Yes.
Man, like curling,
That's the
it
end
can
of the
get
debate
intense.
there,
You get
because
teams.
I think we all agree on curling.
Everyone agrees on curling. First of all, it's like this. It doesn't. We don't get representation. Like what else? What else is missing? Backgammon.
Well, we had an
School
idea.
curling anime.
We came up with one. I would say probably 2 years ago. We actually almost fleshed it out. Double HRPS.
Yes.
Yeah. So double HRPS is pretty much what we call Pico Hammer. It's essentially it's a rock paper scissors game. But if you lose, you grab the helmet. But if you win, you try to grab the
Why
mallet.
are we playing that for the game today?
Why you want me to pull it out?
Yeah.
I could go get that. Go get Pico Hammer.
Sure.
But yeah,
Ultimate sports anime.
it is a high. Honestly, it's one of those
It has
things.
strategy. It has reaction. It has speed. It has.
What happens to the loser? Do they die?
They get hit by a hammer.
You get hit by a hammer. It's
like
like
a
actual
squishy
hammer?
hammer.
no, like it's
Like
a squeaky hammer.
Oh,
Squeaky.
but like if we're making an anime, it's
Oh
like
yeah,
an
if
actual
if it's an actual anime, it would be like
Yeah,
I wouldn't
The
know.
hammer would be on fire.
Yeah, or something
It'd
because
be a huge hammer.
or just something that has like a cattle prod or something with like an electrical handle on it.
You're sitting on an electric chair, and the hammer is a giant taser. By the way, your helmet is an electric fence.
I mean, it's just something that conducts the damage. So like we've seen how this plays out before. This has been used in One Punch Man during the OVA. Between Bang,
Oh yeah, bang.
and
I watched it.
Saitama. Yeah, so that game
Is
it's
that
very
anime?
simple.
That was one special only.
It was a
The
special.
manga.
It was a special. It was its own like
okay.
OVA.
So they animated
like
it.
the, yeah. They
Little
gave it a
tournament
separate.
rules here. You got to rock paper scissors, and loser gets to hit the other with a hammer.
Yeah.
But the loser, if they're fast enough, can defend themselves with a bowl or a hat.
It's
or
literally a
something.
helmet. You put it
yeah.
on your head, and if you get the helmet on your head before
The hammer.
the
hits
hammer
you,
hits,
It's clean.
it's
You
yeah.
defended
You
yourself.
defended yourself.
You haven't won, but you haven't lost.
Yeah.
And
And
the
then
game continues.
yeah, exactly. And first one to get hit pretty much is out.
First head to hammer contact
Yeah.
decides the game.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, what else is missing from like sports for representation?
like actual sports,
maybe rock climbing.
we don't have bowling.
Bowling's kind of lame. let's be honest here, man. Like, even though this is coming from me, you know, badminton player, it's like bowling.
I mean, you're getting a representation next
Well, here's the
year.
thing. Like, bowling is like. It depends on which bowling you watch. It's like bowling, classic bowling with like a 10-pin, where you have a classic round, you know,
Yeah.
maybe whatever 14-pound, whatever
Yeah.
pros use with like normal bottle pins. It's standard. We've all seen it. You know, it's kind of boring as part. It's really just like leisure. But there's like variations of bowling that are super fun to watch. Like there's duck pin bowling for anyone who's interested in like 1970s, 1980s tournaments. Like I used to watch all these. They're all on YouTube. Like you can find they're like the cones, sort of, or not. They're like cylinders, weird like shaped cylinders that are like thicker in the middle and like thinner on the top. They're called duck pins. And you have like 10 of them in like a different sort of order. If you look it up, it's really nice. And then you have like their balls are like smaller than like the average bowling ball.
Small balls.
So it's like there's more skill involved, and it's really hard to get a strike in that version because you can always get strikes in like
Classic.
classic bowling.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of pros will just get like
300.
standard bowling. Yeah, but like this one where it's actually difficult. It's like, you know, maybe you do bowling anime if it's like super hard for some reason, like it's like a super far distance, and like your bowling ball is like instead of
Tekken
rolling
bowl.
it, it's like a discus throw or something.
I mean,
You know.
what about frisbee golf?
Well, I'll just point out real
Frisbee
quick.
go- Frisbee.
Wait, I'll just point out real quick. The bowling episodes for Korawa Zombie Deska, what was that?
Oh, yeah, true.
Death Parade and Foster's
Prince of
Home for
Tennis.
Imaginary Friends were the best episodes of those respective series. So
It works good as like a
maybe
side
a bowling
episode.
anime deserves to be.
I feel
deserves to
like
exist.
Death Parade sits in its own category of just games.
I'm just saying the
it's
bowling
great.
episodes were really fun.
Yeah.
For all three of those series, hands down.
You just need a way to animeize it. You know what I mean? Like
Bowling or
because like you didn't do bowling episodes. That's the only way. That's why it works.
just
so well
add
for one
special
episode.
moves. You
It's
have
like
to
what are
add special moves.
You know, it's like you have one person
Just
go up.
break physics real quick.
Like I think one of the main issues with it is that it's you're not head to head. A lot of people like watching head to head sports, especially team sports, because there's a lot of action going on and a lot of people to like root for.
I got it. Mecha bowling.
I mean, we saw what happened when you put mecha basketball. We ended up getting bass squash, dude.
Yeah, mecha bowling,
Mecha bowling's not gonna work.
With
How about
planets.
Megalo Bowl. You're not megas, but you have gear.
How can he bowl without a gear?
He's crazy.
He's like, they're like giant ass balls.
Are you joking us? I have to do it for my trainer.
Fucking
Yes.
mob is gonna get
I
on
mean,
me.
Megalobox. I talked about this on Twitter a bit, but Megalobox
You're on
set up the
Twitter.
precedent for like half mechanized sports. Like now you can get Megalo basketball, right? People are gonna watch Megalo soccer.
Many people die if we have half mechanized sports.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a
it's
fun.
anime. It's okay.
It's for entertainment.
It's a
Oh, I thought you
post-apocalyptic
meant like
future.
actual sports.
Oh no.
Like we have to fund mechanized sports now.
Dude, it's. God, we'll get a lot of mechanized Keijo.
Okay, everything but the butts and the tits like are covered in armor.
Well, why would it be Keijo?
No, because like it's the human element,
Yeah.
but they're robots trying to. Oh, and if they win the tournament, they get rights. Because they're androids with human butts and boobs.
Yeah. The robots that have been given human butts.
Honestly, I was talking with.
They become fully human once they win.
It's like Blade Runner, but the other side.
That's
Nah,
the real,
reverse
that's the real
blade.
Detroit game.
So
Yeah.
we were
Detroit become Keijo.
yeah, I was on my what is it, my broadcast half. We were saying, hypothetically, if there was a shoutcasting anime, how would we make that work? And we were saying like,
Shoutcasting works,
it-
announcing works.
well, like I mean that's what I feel. I feel like
I think shoutcasting will work if you do it like Rakugo.
exactly. That's what I'm kind of.
There is a real art.
You
to it.
have to really gear it towards something.
You have
right?
that episode where he's just practicing in front of like old tapes.
Or
That's,
just, like,
that's what
you know,
that's what you have to do. That's what I
Various
train.
games.
I mean, you could definitely do this for like traditional sports.
Yeah.
You gotta have the episode where he implements his sports talent for like other things. You know, it's like, oh, we need someone to read off all of these very like these grocery shopping
You know,
lists
that's
to this
like
crowd
the
of
one
people.
thing that Gurzeni did right this season was discuss sports casting and like their role and their relationship with the players and like the staff and
That's
the coaches.
literally the worst part of the Ubisoft press conference.
You mean the entire press conference?
I mean, yeah, but they were literally shoutcasting a mobile game. I think it was like this
Mobile
that's
game.
what I
awful
can't get
segment.
You know, releasing a mobile game on E3 should get you banned or something, man. It's oh yeah, Command and Conquer. Great stuff.
I don't know. Nick at Night sounds awesome. I'll admit that.
All right. So
Well, I tell you what though, if you do Skyrim mobile, I'll get a kick out of that.
All right, so we got shoutcasting, curling, and that other thing that we talked about.
Didn't you heard? Weren't you
Double
like, what was
HRPS.
that?
Oh yeah, and Pico Hammer Assault.
Yeah.
Is
Double
there any,
HRPS
are we
stands
missing any
for
big sports?
hammer, helmet, rock, paper, scissors. By the way,
Yeah.
it's like IGPX, but it actually means something.
Yeah.
Because we're getting volleyball and badminton next season.
Yes.
Those are the big sports that we're missing.
Yeah.
Volleyball existed.
Yeah. We had haiku, but we're getting beach
sorry.
volleyball.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
beach
We're getting beach
Uh,
volleyball.
Let me see.
Which is
what's
gonna be
like
good,
Olympic
honestly.
sports where they play versus each other.
I mean, we had
Fencing would be sick.
fencing would be a nice one.
See, if fencing that's a setup, great setup for like moves. I mean, this guy's gonna have like superpowers. You're gonna have like a little big guy who's ripped, like a small who's fast.
Have you seen like live fencing like in real life?
It's kind of It's just
It
like,
doesn't seem that
It
great.
happens in like 2 seconds.
It's very technical.
But I think an
yeah.
anime version of that would.
Well, because you're allowed
Yeah,
to
like-
slow it down when you're thinking
And they
about
have
it.
more
But
defense.
they don't have to be like
and all.
really realistic.
Oh, I'll tell you what. If you, well, has anyone done MMA yet, like UFC?
There haven't been like. Well, it'd be kind of
There
weird
is.
because I don't know.
Like,
I don't.
Like,
there's
there's
wrestling.
martial arts
There's
anime.
definitely
There's
martial
wrestling,
arts.
judo, martial arts.
But I don't think
Is
that
that
there's.
just Fist of the North Star?
I mean, there's judo
I mean-
in a lot of anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it. I guess it's just a thing that occurs so often that it.
It's just kind of like a club thing. It's like,
Hinamatsu in the beginning.
my smartphone on the.
My smartphone. I feel. I don't know. I mean, if you guys, anyone can think of one, if we have an audience.
Yeah, I don't even know if we have an audience, but it's all
But, you
good.
know, if so yeah, there's that. I mean, I've checked out some like really obscure. Right now, it's not really big yet, but they do have like team MMA, which is like it's a dance game. It's there's like multiple people doing MMA. It's pretty hectic because once team like loses a person, it goes downhill very quickly.
Yeah, it looks like a 2-on-1 opportunity.
But the one I'm interested in is like right now there's a recent research in like medieval warfare, but like one-on-ones, like people will have like super heavy armor and like an actual sword and shield. Well, sort of, but it's like in a ring.
Oh, medieval
Like,
combat, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
It's like chivalry.
it's actually like chivalry, except like there is very real, damage that can be done. There's blood. I'm surprised it's legal, but they have armor on. It's mostly just getting beat down rather than like sliced up.
Actually murdered.
I mean,
Because it's a sword and shield with like you're talking heavy ass chainmail. This is like
Yeah.
80 pounds of like stuff on you, like the entire fight. It's pretty. These people are tanks.
so
So there's that.
yeah, well, definitely we have.
Maybe a base. What's
How would that be like? I don't know.
How
It's
did
like
they
that's
die?
a sports anime.
Yeah, it's stretching it
Like, because then don't you just have like actual knights fighting each other in anime?
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
guess,
like we're
like,
missing. There should be more
alpine skiing.
skiing. Well,
No,
you can race.
The skiing one with the gun.
Yeah, gun ski.
Yeah,
gun ski.
it's essentially like a cross country race
love
on
guns.
skis, but then you also have a marksmanship half where you have to like shoot a target. We still don't have
canoeing.
archery.
That's it, dude. I love canoeing. Like, have you guys seen like there's actually a word for like the, let me look it up for like the actual name for the race in the Olympics. But for anyone who's seen like hardcore, whatever kayaking, canoeing, everyone's like rowboating basically, where you have.
Would you have
5 people?
Would
and,
you
like,
have pretty
Chuck.
boys or
No, you'd have
lolly?
ripped, pretty boys.
Just lollies.
But then,
lollies.
this is one of the few cases where I'd go with like, actually not even pretty boys, like with ripped men.
like
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 we're
Maho
talking,
Shoujo
like,
Ore?
Rokuhodo,
Oh, okay.
Yotsuri,
Biori.
Yotsu, Iro, Biori. Yeah, it's talking manly men, just ripped. We're talking like Ken from Soten no Ken Regenesis, tree trunk neck, huge ass boat. No, but like if you ever see it, it's like it's pretty intense. Like people get close. There's a lot of because it's super long. It's
Close
like a
games.
marathon. There's a lot of close games. It's a lot of physical strength. Like if you see it, you see like these people are. It's one of the most physically tasking sports in the Olympics, hands down. Like because it's like running a marathon. Except
With your arms.
hands, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to do it in sync with
Yeah.
like 4 other guys.
There's like so much focus, and if you
Yeah.
do slack off, it's the
It-
last
You have
stretch.
to destroy it for your whole team.
Yeah, like the last 200 meters is like all heart and spirit at that point. Like you see the best come out of people. Like either people give up, or people change in that sport. It's crazy to watch. I would definitely. That's my number 1 pick for a sport that I would pick
Over curling.
over curling. I love curling.
All
Don't get me
4
wrong.
guys just like
There's 5
fuck
I
each,
think,
you all 5 guys
and there's
just
a girl in the front.
fall in love with each other at the end.
It'd be a team. Maybe it'll be an injury and someone replaces them. Maybe someone dies.
No, yeah. So they'll pull a Kiyoshi Tepe from Kuroko. Essentially, like their master, like their great player, gets injured, so they recruit a new guy who
He's
gets
like
trained
weak,
under him.
He's like small.
Yeah,
but
and
he's
then
like he gets better.
and
He
then
has, like, some
eventually,
animal
and then they'll have some sub ability where like somebody right before the finals gets hurt, but then the coach comes back in, and you can you could definitely play along.
There's
with
a lot of like team building. Like those guys have to be like in sync perfectly.
Yeah.
And then they also have to be like really tight with. They call I don't know what they call it. There's like a girl who sits in the front of the boat, who's like she's supposed to be super
or
skinny.
master.
Like she could be the Moe character because they're supposed to be like super small, not to weight on the boat, right?
Yeah.
So they're the people going like row,
She's a
row.
40-year-old.
Like they
Yeah.
control the tempo, and you're just in the zone. You're doing. What's a good example of like, just like doing the same thing over and over
She's a former
for endurance?
shoutcaster. Turned
I mean,
Task.
basically, yeah, it's like shoutcast.
turned
It's like
lolly manager /
it's intense.
coordinator.
It's super tasking mentally, psychologically, and physically.
I'd watch it.
Yeah,
Just
I
watch
mean-
any Olympic sport like Brazil had good races. What was that? 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely we have things to look forward to if we ever do get in that chair and decide to write a sports anime. So I guess you want to move on to the game? You want to do the game? I guess we'll do the game. It's card game time. We'll be.
Yeah, I was pretty set on the rock paper scissors hammer.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's more sports related.
It is more sports related. We'll start out with this, I guess, and then I'll. Well,
What do we do? Pico Hammer?
Just a Pico hammer.
Just Pico hammer?
I don't want to play that other game.
yeah, go find it. It's in my room, in the closet, somewhere.
You guys can do whatever. I'm getting Pico hammer.
Actually, yeah. Look around. The hammers and everything might be scattered because I was using it for other things at the moment.
You're showing like clips of waifus.
Yeah, I wish, or else we would have gotten flagged by now.
We can pull up Olympic canoeing.
I don't even think that we can. Well, I don't get how this works, honestly. For Twitch people out there, if you guys could explain, how can IRL be sitting there and just watching YouTube videos and reacting to it, and them not getting flagged or muted or demonetized?
Fair use and copyright content.
Yeah. So like, if we show a clip of anime, we get flagged immediately. It's like a double-edged sword.
Well, anime people, they're really, I mean, you gotta imagine like how much revenue people like anime industry loses to like piracy and all that stuff.
I mean, Crunchyroll streams their shows straight out, but I understand that they own the right to that.
So
they
own
can
the
do
rights
it.
to it.
But like,
They get revenue for it. They have ads.
exactly. But like, what if?
We'd essentially be getting ads for stuff that we have no rights to.
Oh yeah, true. I guess. But it's still like, if we're commenting on it, then it's fair use.
Yeah, I mean, if you make it like hella small, like in this corner or something, and hey, let's react.
I mean,
You want to react to stuff?
nah. Let's
Let's not. I've never become a reactor, a YouTube reactor, nuclear reactor.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a lot better to just steer clear of that completely. Meanwhile, Alec is going to go get the stuff. I'm gonna.
Rowing, yeah, 8 rowing is what it's called.
8 rowing.
Yeah. We're gonna react to videos that you guys can't see for flag purposes. It's the men's 8 rowing heat highlights in London 2012.
You know what? We need marble racing.
Dude, marble racing anime, except it's like real people.
What if you put
in a ball?
Yeah. What if you did Zorb racing?
Yeah, well, you just drop. Well, there's not really any moves you can apply. For marble racing, what I really want is like a gacha game, where you can have different weights and everything, but it's still pretty randomized, and really like, it's just to get like the art for the marbles rather than like the marble stats.
Yeah.
But then basically you go up against other players.
But
around
you
the
need
world.
red number 3 and.
I mean, it's like horse racing because it's
random.
Completely
It's
random
completely
for
random.
marbles. So it's like you can bet on one. You get actual money. Marble racing could be a betting or gambling thing in the future. I would bet on it. It's just so random that it's fun. It's like giant pachinko.
It is.
Except you can actually give names.
It would be in my. I'll swap with you.
Yeah, you go.
Here.
Alec, get over here. We're gonna talk about marble racing.
Hey, marble racing is the best. You know how
It
much
is
money I've wasted on marble racing?
You've wasted money on it. How?
You got bet, dude.
Who did you bet against? Who did you bet? Where's the betting sites?
You know, I've never betted on marble racing.
I mean, I bet it on, but like.
Just with friends, roommates.
Yes, you should bet on people. I mean, I would bet on marbles.
Yeah,
just,
you
like,
gotta bet
straight
on
up.
fucking
I don't know. I
Red
don't have like.
Comet.
They need marble. Dude.
Green Ghost is my go-to.
I use what's the name? Ghost. It's Ghost something. Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah, that's what I was
You know what I'm
thinking.
talking about?
Yeah,
It's
Ghost, whatever.
Oh shit! Use the red one.
Uh-huh.
Ghost.
You want to just look
Don't
up
really think about it.
marble
Actually, hold up.
races.
Ghost 5. It's like, oh man, Ghost.
Spectre. I thought it was Spectre or something.
I have Ghost Spectre. That'd be redundant.
No,
Actually.
not Ghost Spectre. But
Ghost does. Is there an S? I feel like it's not Ghost. No,
Ghost.
maybe it doesn't roll up. Ghost. Fuck it.
Marble
racing.
races.
Ghost. Marble race. Ghost. Fuck it. Just look at the lineup. Ghost Plasma.
Ghost Plasma.
Dude, Ghost Plasma. That's a special week of
the Marble
of the
Racing
Marble Races,
anime.
man. Yo, Chokwe asked, who is the best Goku? Black.
What type of Gokus are we working with?
We're working with Monkey Goku. I'd say Ape Goku is the number one Goku.
I like battle damaged Goku.
I like Frieza. It's the best Goku.
But yeah,
Alright, perfect.
double
You
HRPS.
two versus each other.
Oh, okay. Let's
I wanna
move
see
the.
this.
Let me take out my hat.
Let
so
me
I don't
protect
accidentally
my
hit my head.
laptop.
This
from
could
the
get
violence.
real intense, actually.
Let me
If we-
also scoot back.
Actually, oh yeah, okay.
Alright, let me watch these
Zamasu
guys
is
here.
pretty much the best.
Okay, so rules are pretty simple. The way how we're gonna explain it, I'll just use
You
Tim's
need to
cam.
get
Sorry,
on the other side,
I'm
man.
just-
We gotta
I'm
do
just
this
reaching
full
you.
I don't want to be in between you guys when
Yeah.
you're hammering each
You
other.
want to be in between us.
Should we?
I don't want to get hammered, man.
All right, I'm just gonna explain it straight to this camera. It's pretty simple. You play a game of rock paper scissors. If you lose, you grab the helmet. If you win, you grab the mallet.
You have the right to hit.
Yeah, on the head. It gets pretty intense. I'm actually gonna give Tim here. Let's pass this under the table. He's gonna be cutting the show. You could like sit on. I don't know. It's essentially those three. So the main camera's out
main
one.
cam. All right, let's check out the main.
Is that
cam.
loud and obnoxious?
Of
Here,
course,
Scoot, guys, scoot into that.
Definitely,
Okay,
we're
yeah.
definitely clipping.
it's fine. I mean,
Alex, scoot over that way. And you guys will scoot over there. We'll use this camera for the dynamic shots.
actually, you know what? We can move the table just a little bit.
You want closer?
Yeah. Well, we know the crevices. It's just a trash can. You can kick it out of the way. So
anime.
pretty much it's if you win if you win the rock paper scissors, you grab the hammer. You have the right to hit him on the head. If you lose, you grab the helmet. If the person who wins grabs the helmet, the rock paper scissors game is void. And that's about it, right?
So if the winner grabs the helmet and the loser grabs the hammer, it's void.
Yeah. No, well, if the loser grabs a hammer, they can't do anything with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop.
Because you just
So it
get
still
hit in the
goes.
face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that close enough to you? Or you guys want more hammer? Okay.
No. Well, the reason why we stand it up like this is because there are strategies to grabbing the hammer.
Yeah.
You learn that.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna
I'll
go
fight
for it.
straight.
I'm gonna go for it.
Alright.
If I get it. All right. So we're going best of what? You want to go best of 3?
Yeah, sure.
All right. That way we can make it legit.
No, you don't have a little score counter.
I mean,
gotta fix that. Okay.
somebody will
Next
count it.
season. All right.
All right.
Ready?
Ready? Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. I forgot to grab the fucking helmet.
Yikes. All right, I'll keep score. That's
It's 1-0 me.
1-0. Does it count if it's on the ear, or it has to be top of the
I
head?
think I lost.
It has to hit the head somehow.
Yeah.
We should do forehead hits.
Oh, forehead hits.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. When I
We'll
swarm
just
up,
go back. We'll
time
go
for
back.
a serious
Time for a serious game.
Restart. I was
Rock,
practicing.
paper, scissors.
Yeah.
That wasn't clean.
Where's the
That
speed?
was
No,
my
you
hair.
got me still.
That was more on the head. Oh,
I can't. I don't have the technique down
we
yet.
need the speed, man. I need to see more speed from you guys. Oh. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait, is it tight? Is it tight? It's
You
it's
won.
1-1.
It's a 1
Oh,
each.
it's tied.
It's
Okay.
1 each. It's 1 each. All right, it's like it's a breaker. Did you win that round? or is
Yes.
it one?
Yeah, he defended himself.
Oh, all right. Dang. Man, we're getting.
I'm assaulting you. This is my combo that you're blocking.
Oh.
Took us a second to register. Took us a second.
I was like, I don't know what sign this was.
The reaction period, man. Oh.
Oh my god, I'm not hitting me with the correct
I
part of the
wanted
hammer.
some contact. Or I think we're gonna take that as Alex loss.
I suck at this game.
Everyone knows the punishment game.
Oh god.
You gotta do shirts versus.
Okay, yeah,
No. Let's not get flagged.
We're getting flagged episode.
Alright,
10?
No,
I made it 10 weeks in.
I'm good.
You play.
We had a good run.
You gotta do it.
That
Well,
was
the
to show
show-
people the sports.
You gotta.
Yeah, what do you
It's all about
What
reaction
about
time
reaction
and it's passing me under here. All about reaction time, all about timing your
It's
technique.
the most anime.
It is actually one of the most anime like games that we have here. We call it the technique that I was starting out with is actually created by Kumo from, if you remember, episode 3. Kumo had this move where if you would try to she would deny you the helmet by grabbing the opposite side. And so essentially when you're going for the helmet, it leaves you wide open this way. Rather than trying to go up and over, you just go this way straight to the head. And it was...
Backhand.
Yeah, it was a backhand. It was a backhand move and it hit. So essentially people would start scooping their helmet a lot more, like inwards before Kumo was able to get the backhand off, and you would actually turn the helmet to block the initial shot. So there's a whole bunch of just like different like anime strats that could come in. But yeah, you never know.
I do. If you change it up with like a different weapon or a different shield,
Yeah.
you get pretty hype.
You can have like specialty.
Use actual shield. Use Reinhardt shield.
Exactly. Breaks after 200 HP.
Reinhardt shield and Reinhardt hammer.
They say he won
Or
200
Brigitte style.
games of hammer, rock, paper, scissors.
Double HRPX. Hammer helmet, rock paper scissors. Double HRPS. It's gonna be great.
Coming to theaters near you.
Speaking of theaters, where's Kuroko last game, guys? Come on.
Speaking of theaters, Incredibles 2, #1 anime.
Wait,
in
was
box
that last
office.
movie not the...
The last movie never came to the U.S.
Oh, what was that other movie then?
There was no Kuroko other movie. I mean, they had 3 other ones that just like recap this the seasons, which led up to the last
So you
game.
want it in theaters even though it's been out forever?
Exactly. Like I don't mind. Just bring it back.
Bring it back.
But yeah, do you want to still do Mick? This one?
What's your call?
Let's see. No, I think we wrap
We're
it up.
good? We're gonna
Yeah,
wrap?
it's,
Alright.
It's straight
Nice.
up 8 p.m.
Nice
1 hour
hour-long
exactly.
episode.
Exactly. So,
Solid.
yeah, we're definitely going to be having a bigger show this upcoming
Get that
thing. So I'm going to cut to this
Yeah,
camera.
These are some good shows.
Yeah, we are going to be going over Spring Flings, which is romance animes that are out for this spring season. Yes, we actually. This is actually a fun fact. Had a Chalkway.
Chalkway, yeah.
Chalkway. All right. We together, us 3, actually had this imaginary basketball draft like a long time ago. So the rules were. I don't know if you were involved. It may have been Neko, but it was. You can draft a team of 12 players from anime. The rules were you cannot pick anybody who has had prior basketball experience except for one character. You're allowed to pick one overpowered like god character, and you can't pick.
So one LeBron.
No, like like actual anime.
It's the real
Yeah, no,
Space
it's the
Jam thing.
LeBron, yeah. So like you can pick one Generation of Miracles character. I would go with Kisei. That's just me. But you can't pick like you could pick like one Goku, one Koro Sensei, one like
Dude, I'll take Saitama.
yeah
on my
Saitama,
team.
like somebody who's broken, right? But then the rest of them are dependent
Get
on
one
your-
MVP and
Yeah.
the rest are just like slice
Yeah,
of
you
life
can't-
characters.
yeah,
and
exactly.
shit.
Yeah, do also Saitama and then like every Moe character.
Yeah, so you can't. The only thing is like you can pick like a couple characters that have prior basketball experience. Like
I'll take Midi.
you're allowed one mascot and one coach.
Just gross you
So
out.
your mascot could be Midi.
Midi's impenetrable.
Minnie is not a mascot. She is the ultimate defense.
Yeah, dude. What are you saying? How are you supposed to?
I picked like my center was Simon from Durarara.
Speed of Sound Sonic.
No, well, Speed of Sound was aight. Nobody picked him.
No, he's benched for
He's,
it.
he's a bench player. He's a role player. He shows up and just does what he needs to do. But yeah, we did have an imaginary draft. We might do it again, but it depends on if we get another cool basketball series or something
Some
like
other
that.
OP characters. We could take
I want that Tenta arm guy, Hiroaka.
I mean, you
we
get
got a bunch of
to,
people from Hero.
yeah. Well, we didn't have Hero back then. Like I would take Gran Torino. Like,
oh, nowadays, well, I'll do All Might. I'll do Saitama.
Fucking retired, man.
Do All
I mean,
Might?
All Might could only come in for like X amount of time.
He
Yeah,
coming
dude,
for
but
the
you can
last.
score
Can't make these
points.
old men fucking play basketball for you.
That's what Uncle Drew, Uncle Drew the movie did.
He's
No.
talking to you, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, so yeah, we definitely went over something like this where we were trying to draft like the god team if we were.
Best
By the
anime
way,
basketball
I don't want to go
team.
into it,
But
but
Fantasy Basketball Anime Edition.
we can discuss Jump Ball. That was my idea a long time ago. I had a fan script, kind of so cringy.
But you can only put female characters.
No,
The original story.
I mean that's Ryo
Skill.
Kubo. If you want to really get into it, there's a whole lolly anime basketball thing, and it was bad.
It's not great.
It wasn't
They're
good,
the
dude.
best
They're so
characters
bad.
in Dengeki Bunko,
They're
dude.
so bad at
You
basketball.
can turn Kirito into a ball and dribble him. It's the best character.
Alright, so I'll
in my
be using
opinion.
Trap Kirito in my my team.
Yeah.
So overall, I was just going for. I was mentioning, it was right after Kobe retired, and I was saying Jump Ball would be if.
Jump Ball is the basketball game with like springboards.
No.
Oh, okay.
Jump Ball is the name of the show. You
Okay,
take
never
the characters from Shonen Jump,
Uh-huh.
have the same predicament as Space Jam, okay, where their world is, in peril, but the thing is, like, people are like, oh, well, you have Shonen Jump, you'll just take the Kuroko characters. That's a catch. The enemies have the abilities of the Generation Miracles, and they can't reuse the Generation Miracles. So no Kuroko, no.
They've been
Like,
captured.
you can take Kuroko. We'll keep Kagami or something like that, right? You have the Generation Miracles, so you just have like, you have what is it? Midorima, Kisei, Aomine, Akachi. I have Akechi, from freaking Persona 5, and yeah, it's
to be jump stars now.
yeah, and then Murasaki Bara, like that whole squad, and then you would have to train the MCs of like, it's literally Jump Force but basketball. Like,
Oh, so Light Yagami's gonna show up.
he's just
and
gonna
play
show up and play
basketball.
ball. Like, I think that would be just imagine
So
Armstrong.
easy when their names are written on their back.
Yeah. He only has half the name. He could only write their last name and could never figure.
He's like-
He's spending out the rest of the.
All of his tactics involve him playing near the opponents to get the rest of their names.
Exactly. But yeah, it was. Oh yeah, and the superstar that they would recruit would be Kobe Bryant. They would get Kobe to teach him how to play ball.
Just the anime version of Kobe.
No, like legit Kobe, like Space Jam, but with Kobe.
Chitoge playable in this game.
Of course.
I'll accept it.
Jeez,
Dude,
no.
you would get cheerleader forms of like.
Nah,
everybody
dude,
you want.
You gotta do, to balance it, you gotta do girls only. That's how we do fantasy anime basketball. You're not gonna get any OP characters like
Yeah.
Saitama or
There's
any
OP
shonen.
chicks in anime.
Exactly.
I just can't. right now. I'm
Yikes.
sorry.
This is a
Kind of they Tachibana right there. You have the elfin
Yeah,
lead
elfin.
girl.
Oh, I'm talking about specifically in Jump.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like
Jump.
well, it's Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
Not Shoujo Jump.
Shoujo
It should be a
Jump.
Shoujo Jump.
Shoujo
I
Jump.
mean, there's powerful
they have-
chicks in Shonen Jump. There's
Time to think.
Awkward moments.
awkward. There's
Tsunade.
There were
Yeah.
powerful girls in anime.
Tsunade. There's that fucking the
Sakura.
healing captain in Bleach.
Dude, 10-10.
10-10 would be sick.
Every other girl except Sakura.
What about
At the
Hinata?
start. Hinata's pretty.
Hinata would have
like,
like ridiculously accurate
hey,
shots
X
if you think
Bunny
about it.
Rabbit, welcome to the show.
Who's overpowered jump female in a basketball team?
Is there any overpowered female?
I would bring
Sports?
Sinon.
I mean, Chitoge.
Sinon would. Sinon's pretty OP.
Sinon would have such good
She's
accuracy.
the best girl from Sword Art.
Yeah.
Easily. What else is there? There's
Misa. It's just a fucking throwaway.
maybe.
I don't watch too much
Pre-elevator
Shonen
video.
Jump. Okay. I'm drawing
Yeah,
a
I
blank.
would still say
Uh,
Ochako.
Fucking. Who's that one?
Yeah.
What do you think
girl?
Ochako would be great?
Hey.
Hitman Reborn.
Thanks for following.
What's her
Thanks
name?
for following Bunny Rabbit. We'll
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to ask us questions if you want to continue a discussion.
yeah,
Or
we're
answer my
we're
question.
answering
Who's that
Chokoi's
one
question.
chick from Hitman Reborn? She's strong.
Kotekyo.
Yeah.
uh,
Isn't that volleyball anime Shonen Jump?
Was Haikyuu? I think so. Was Haikyuu considered shonen?
Is there a girl?
Is there a girl?
Yeah, dude. Freaking the coach.
Yeah, I mean, that plays like.
Oh, we just finished Double H RPS, which is hammer, helmet, rock, paper, scissors. It's pretty much like
they were hitting each other.
super intense Pico hammer. We were discussing how that could easily be an anime. If you wanted to go the Yu-Gi-Oh route and squash it or something like that, you'd be like, oh, my sister was injured in a hammer helmet related accident, so I became a pro, and I'm gonna take down the establishment and take her to the moon where they have special care. And
This hammer came from my mother.
Oh, fuck. I forgot. No, I'm sorry. That's not really. I forgot One Piece is fucking shonen jump.
Exactly. You got Nami.
You got Nico,
Yeah,
Robin.
with girls.
Yeah.
No.
She has
Chopper.
hands. She has hands,
Bleach?
dude. She can
Bleach?
dribble.
There's Yoriichi from Bleach.
Yeah.
She'd be nice.
Dude, just imagine Chopper as a center. Dude, Chopper.
We were reading a girls
Wait, is
scene.
Keijo?
Keijo's not Shonen Jump.
We'll invite them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think you could definitely recruit other
I was just
anime
trying to think of
things.
anime
we
girls.
definitely
technically
wanted to
get
do it.
Android. Was it 21?
Oh, rip.
Rest in peace.
Here, hold on, give me a second. Let me grab that that thing right there.
Let me blow on the cartridge real quick.
Yeah, it's let me
Exclamation point
there
run.
we go.
Don't worry.
No
we're,
clip.
We're working, man.
But yeah, definitely. Our next show is gonna be Love.
Yeah,
we might be
spring
doing it.
flings. We're gonna talk about Tadakun
We're
or
talking about
Tadakoi
one
and
night
Wotakoi.
stands and anime.
Or we're gonna talk about romance anime and how garbage you can get. So stay tuned for that. Coming next Friday at 7 p.m. PST. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
We will all be here. If you guys want to keep up with other things that we decide to go over, check out the Discord channel that we have all over
We
here.
got our links over here.
Discord, Twitter, and
We'll talk about anything this season at all, except Soto no Ken Regenesis. Everything else is fair game.
Cutie Honey Universe.
Yeah, we can talk about it. It knows what it is, you know.
Yeah, so exactly, we're gonna be going over that.
Thanks for being the only one watching.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back with even more planned. We will have CJ next time.
Yeah,
Um,
CJ, if you guys remember him.
Yeah. I will be putting together a highlight reel pretty soon for season 1.
Yeah, I'll be putting together a compilation.
Yeah, no.
All right, that's it for our episode of KU Weekly.
Alec is embarrassed. I am Kevin Kanashi Taguba.
Oh,
We-
none of us went to E3.
We didn't go to E3. We had a lot of friends who did.
Yeah, we had live.
I watched all the conferences. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this dude is a level designer
Mm-hmm.
World
for
design.
yeah level creation level design.
Okay.
He specialized in that. That's just his gaming half. I played
Yeah.
for a competitive Overwatch team for a while.
Dang, congrats on the free game. What was it? Was it hopefully not ARMS?
Yo,
I'll take your copy.
yo, I'll take your copy of ARMS.
Yikes. It's a Command and Conquer.
Honestly,
Fortnite for
dude,
the Switch.
I was
I forgot
actually.
about E3. Maybe we could have talked about some games during the episode.
We can do that episode 12 if you want to, or if you want to
Oh,
shift
thanks.
episode 12 up.
Got that Detroit.
Oh yeah, that's a
Not
pretty
bad,
solid
not
game.
bad.
Yeah, we
A
were
lot of PS4
discussing.
exclusives are hype. Tell you that.
Talk about Maneater.
What?
Nobody talked about Maneater.
Fuck is Maneater?
You're a shark. You get to play a game as a shark, and you go around and you eat people. Like
Ultimate sports anime.
it's an ultimate sports anime, of course.
Why
Oh,
do I want
no,
to
you
be a
don't
shark?
have a PS4.
It's
Why
Jaws.
can't I play as a
Rip.
Velociraptor?
Velociraptor.
Damn, don't own a PS4.
That's not the game to buy a PS4 for, so... You
The game to
need
buy a
Yeah.
PS4 for is
Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, anything. Death Stranding.
This
You
dude-
can always,
this dude
you can
done
always
goofed.
flip it.
forgot his Monster Hunter.
Hey, you know what, man? I mean, let's talk about games that came out at E3. Monster Hunter is, obviously, if you play Monster Hunter World, you have
I mean,
PS4.
if you have a good
I got it
PC
for,
already, that's like kind of a...
Hey, Monster Hunter World's coming out in December.
There's a new
December,
what is it?
October, September. Later this year, you'll get.
There's
Monster
another
Hunter
one
World
for
PC.
Switch too.
It's Monster
That's
Hunter Generations Ultimate. Because Generations is already released.
Yeah.
So yeah, check that out. It's January next year, 2019. And I'm getting Switches for that. Not just for Super Mario Party.
Just for Super Mario Party.
Yeah, basically just for Super Mario Party.
I got it for Overcooked 2. Let's be honest.
I think it's
coming out
Overcooked
soon.
on isn't it coming on PC also?
Overcooked 1 is not 2.
I mean 2 coming to PC.
I don't
They
think
gotta
so.
have it on PC.
Oh,
Originally
with that
PC.
Just Dance 2019.
I want
Dance
Central
Real
on my
reason.
Connect.
Yeah,
Still relevant, right?
I mean, yeah,
the Connect.
they made it work. Apparently, you can use your phone as a controller now, so everyone can dance.
They
and
need
have
more
no
games
excuse
that
not
use
to
your
dance.
phone as a controller. You know,
I mean, you
we
could just
have
have one
jackpots.
person just going like this on the couch the whole time.
Hold like this.
You know, shake weight 10 minutes a day.
Does she have a shake weight
Anime.
attachment? Well, that's it for this season. Shake weight anime coming to theaters near you. Thanks for watching, guys.
And let me make sure that I know which button I'm pressing under this table. I think it's this one.
Sports.
Ooh, the industry.